As winners of the 2008 Leopold Conservation Award, it's very much an honor for us to be, as a family, to be recognized for the conservation efforts that we've made over the last several generations. We've got 4 generations here today that have lived on the ranch and made a living off of it for that long. We are very proud of the things that we've been able to do from a conservation standpoint, realizing that in order for us to maintain a cattle operation and be sustainable in the future, that it's going to take some conservation efforts to be able to continue to operate as a ranching entity. Our ranch was established here in 1856, so we've been here for 7 generations with the grandkids that you've seen in the photographs. Why, we're a long-time family that's been here. My great-grandfather was actually the first white permanent settler here in Rush Valley. So it's been home for a long time for us. We are basically a cow-calf operation, a little different than most western ranches because we operate basically on private ground, and it's a pretty close operation. We don't have to travel a lot to be able to take care of our cattle and range, and so it's a pretty handy operation. I may be more optimistic than a lot of people nowadays, but I think that there's a future for us in a cattle operation here. I don't know what you guys think.
I think the feeling that Brian and I have is that what we have here is a piece of history that we've agreed that we won't sell in our generation, that we're going to keep around. So I guess we're going to have to be in the cattle business. But the way we look at it now is, even though we both have jobs off the ranch, that it's a place to come home to and teach our kids the values that we feel are the most important that's going to help them later in life.
Yeah, well, you know, and big part of what makes our ranch what it is the improvements and the conservation practices that we've put into place, and we realize that we just have to continue doing that to make the place better, make the place more profitable, more economical, and it's just something that we can't just ignore and run cows on without conserving what we do have.
There's something in you that makes you want to do it. It's not easy work.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah. And if you were smart business minded, you'd probably find something else to do, because I mean, there's a payoff there, and you got to be very aware of what's going on with the business end, but it takes a different breed to want to do it every day, I think.
In order to be sustainable and in order to continue growing and running an operation, you've got to have conservation. You can't just go in and year after year abuse and overgraze property and not be able to eventually have that ground not giving you a return. So, you know, to be sustainable and to keep this ranch going, we're going to have to continually always be conserving.
For me, even in my profession as an ag teacher, it allows me a place to relate and talk to kids about how we need to conserve and take care of our land, and if we don't take care of it, nobody else is, and so we've got to do that.
Our biggest resource concerns here on this place are being able to maintain healthy grass stands. We live in a juniper forest basically, and the encroachment of juniper due to in large part to the lack of fire is a challenge for us to keep grass stands established and functioning well. Also, which ties into watershed concerns and water. We live on a desert, so anything that we can do to enhance the quality and quantity of water on our ranch is of benefit to not only us as for our livestock, but also the wildlife and also our community. I think as stewards of the land, we have a responsibility to be able to share our successes and failures. I've been involved in several commodity organizations and also in conservation organizations. We've been able to make presentations. We've had a lot of interest in what we've done over the years. I think conservation partnerships are very important. We've had the opportunity and the good fortune of being able to cooperate with a lot of people. NRCS, the GIP program has been helpful to us. We've been able to finance our operation and a lot of our improvements through the ARDL program with the state. We've just had a lot of help and a lot of partners that we've been able to accomplish the goals that we've set for our place. You know, if we're going to sustain our place, we've got to have a healthy range condition, and in reality, all we can sell off of this place is the grass. We're grass producers, and we need to run livestock to harvest that grass. We have no interest in growing anything but grass on our place. We certainly don't want to get into a situation where we're growing houses or anything else. I had an uncle that always talked about fire and how it was so good for the land, and my grandfather talked about when he was born here in 1876 and grew up here, that the old timers said that there was grass up to a horse's belly, and in my time I just figured they rode some awfully short-legged horses because I never seen grass that tall. However, now through our efforts we do have grass up to a horse's belly in places, and so it's been remarkable what we've been able to see, the changes. But those folks that came before us instilled in me a real desire to do what we could for the land to make it better for generations down the road.